Hello, thank you for clicking on the video. My name's Steve and this is Everyman Fragrances. Today I want to talk to you about a brand new release from Alexandria Fragrances, and it's an inspiration of Imagination by Louis Vuitton. So Alexandria Fragrances are thinking about what to do with their smaller kind of travel sizes. Most of you know they currently have these little travel size sprayers, which I really like. You like a little twist and the sprayer comes out. And then if you want, you can actually reuse these and put a different kind of bottle inside. I really quite like these because they're quite sturdy. So you can throw them in your bag, drawer, whatever, fanny pack, whatever you carry on your person. You can carry this on there. I think they're about 15 mil, these ones, I think. In case you're wondering, this is Alexandria's version of Neroli Portofino, which I've nearly finished out, especially in this warm heat. Anyway, yeah, so the last I'd heard from the guys at Alexandria in the UK, they were thinking about stopping these and replacing them with this new style one, which I'm about to show you. But then, based on some of the feedback, people quite like these, so they're thinking about potentially doing both. So these travel sprayers, as well as these smaller 9mm sprayers. So they come in this very swanky looking box, which is rather nice. It's all very nicely branded, which is actually embossed in gold. Very posh indeed. So as I say, these are slightly smaller. These are 9mm. Inside you've got the sprayer, and these are labelled up. If I can get the sprayer out, I think they're changing the inners already. They've had some feedback and they're changing these inners, and then they go for these. I don't know if you're not going to see much here because the lighting is going to kind of glare on it, but it's a really nice sprayer. So they're labelled 9mm with the actual sticker of what it is, and then they've kind of got some nice gold writing on there, which you probably can't make out. I'm just trying to see if I can get it on the camera there. Yeah, and these are really nice, and they still come with a little lid as well. So these are not going to be as robust if you're just taking these, obviously, because it's kind of glass, so there's a risk of kind of this potentially getting damaged. But this might be a more kind of cost-effective way to try some of their range anyway. Right, so let's get on to the actual fragrance itself. So the fragrance to talk about is called Visionary, and as I said, it's their take on Imagination from Louis Vuitton. Now, I must confess, I have not smelt Imagination by Louis Vuitton. So if you come here looking for a direct side-by-side comparison, I'm not going to be able to help, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. What I will do is just review this fragrance in itself and just let you know the notes, what I get from it, its performance, etc. So if that's going to be helpful, yeah, by all means give it a watch. But if you want to just cut out all the shit and just let you know if it's any good, it's good and it's definitely worth sampling. For those of you that want a little bit more information, but perhaps just like a one-liner on this fragrance, which is grossly oversimplified, I would say this fragrance is a bit like Black Panther from Alexandria Fragrances, but it's like they've replaced the grapefruit with bergamot and orange. Now, I emphasise that is grossly oversimplified because this fragrance has got a lot more going on than that, and probably a lot more going on than Black Panther, to be honest, which, in case you're wondering, is their take on Tiger by Bulgari. But yeah, that's definitely the genre and style that this fragrance is in. It's that kind of good performing, fresh, slightly different summer fragrance. So it sits in that camp, and that's the simplest way to describe this fragrance. But as I say, it's got a lot more going on than that. The official notes on the Alexandria webpage are citron, bergamot and orange at the top. There's neroli, ginger, black tea and cinnamon, and there's also guaiac wood and ambroxan. So you can see when I gave it that reference to Black Panther earlier, and I said this sort of orange and bergamot instead of the grapefruit, and then obviously Black Panther is quite well known for its ambroxan. So you can see where, just from the notes wise, where there's a similarity. But as I say, there's kind of more going on, and some of the notes stand out more than the others. As I said earlier, I've not smelt the original from Louis Vuitton, but I can imagine it's very high quality based on the price tag, and it's very well blended. And you know what? This, to me, seems really well blended. It's just very smooth, and all the notes come together. I do detect most of the notes listed, but it's not kind of harsh. And what's nice with the, quite often, I've said this before about kind of citrusy summer fragrances, quite often the citrus can come across as a bit cheap, a bit synthetic, and it can sometimes make it smell like kitchen or toilet clean or something in the opening, because the citrus can just be a little bit synthetic and a little bit kind of unpleasant and not very natural, where the citrus in this does smell really good. Now, at the top, as my first reaction, and hence why I gave it that oversimplified description earlier, when I first smelt this, it did remind me of Black Panther, but yeah, as I say, the opening is a little bit different. I definitely get some of the sort of orange. As most of you guys know, I really like the sort of an orangey accord, so that's definitely there, and the bergamot. I'd say those two are more prominent than the sort of lemony citron type accord. I kind of get a hint of that. I mean, it's funny because most of the notes are there, but they don't all stand out. So I do get a hint of neroli, which again, I do particularly really enjoy. Cinnamon, maybe a touch. It's one of those things where I probably wouldn't have said there's cinnamon in it until somebody mentioned it. And then when you mention it, I can it makes sense. So the cinnamon definitely isn't really prominent and really obvious and strong. Most of you know, if you watch this channel, I've got a funny relationship with cinnamon where I actually really like the smell of it, but I don't want to smell of it. So I would say definitely don't let neroli or cinnamon, which can be somewhat divisive notes or accords, put you off this fragrance, because they're not really full on, they're not really strong, they just blend really nicely to just have this really pleasant, fresh accord. So what I would say, you get that lovely, like, orangey bergamot opening. Straight away I detect some of the ambroxan. As it slowly starts to settle, I get some of the sort of fresher, the sort of neroli adds almost a sort of slightly fresher floral touch. And I guess the neroli with the ginger just gives it a little bit of a fresh kind of zing as it slowly starts drying down. And it sort of slowly starts getting slightly more woody. It's not a particularly woody fragrance, anything from that guy wood. Guy wood is a very kind of smooth, pleasant wood. It's not particularly sort of woody in my opinion anyway. And then ambroxan is there throughout the life of the fragrance for me. So for me, when I smell this, I get that lovely bergamot orange, which I really enjoy. It then gets, let's say, the neroli kind of fresher kind of accords in the mids kind of come through, and then as it settles, it reminds me of Black Panther, but not grapefruit, with more citrus bergamot orange, but with bergamot 22 from like just blending in. So yeah, and a sparkling bergamot is Alexandria Fragrances' take on bergamot 22 from Le Labo, in case you're wondering. So yeah, so this, if you like Black Panther and you like sparkling bergamot from Alexandria Fragrances, you'll definitely like this fragrance. There's something in the base as it dries down on my skin at least, that it's definitely got just a hint of sparkling bergamot or bergamot 22 about it. I say it's definitely not a clone out. It's just got this, whatever it is, there's something that reminds me of that in that. And I really like Black Panther. I really like sparkling bergamot. Definitely two of my favourite fragrances from Alexandria, and favourite fragrances in general, favourite fresher fragrances, to be honest. So for me, this is an absolute winner. Performance-wise, it's good. It's not super beast mode. I would say it doesn't perform as well as Black Panther on my skin, but it does perform perfectly well, especially for a fresher fragrance. Quite often with fresh summer-like fragrances, citrusy ones, you'll get a couple of hours out of them, like 4 hours max. This does go past that without a doubt. It projects, and it's very noticeable in that sort of first 30 minutes. It's very noticeable when you first apply it. Then it starts settling down, and it's one of those fragrances where you'll just keep getting wafts of it throughout the day, and it will comfortably last 5-6 hours, no problem. As I say, I don't think it pushes past kind of 7. Well, it's probably still detectable in skin actually, but you're not really noticing it. But it's one of those fragrances that's just super, super easy to wear. I've worn this quite a few times now, and I've worn it to when I've been doing like exhibition stands and stuff, meeting customers and clients and things like that. And it's just one of those fragrances that you can just be super confident wearing, that nobody's going to dislike it. It's just really clean, really fresh, really pleasant, and just really appealing to everybody. And you could just, whatever the occasion, be it sort of dress up, dress down, casual, barbecue, work do, you could just wear this fragrance. It just works. So yeah, really pleased to discover this fragrance. I'm certainly going to be rocking this a lot, and the performance works really well. So here's a question: do I prefer it to Black Panther and sparkling bergamot? I think I do. I mean, Black Panther I really enjoy. It's just a super easy, but I like the fact that this has just got a little bit more going on, because for me Black Panther really is just grapefruit and ambroxan, really. The grapefruit is very nice, pleasant grapefruit. It's not too synthetic. It's just a really nice, pleasant grapefruit. It's just easy to wear. Where this one's just got a little bit more going on. It's just a little bit more complicated. And again, it's got a bit more going on than Sparkling Bergamot, to be honest, though I do really like that one. This is definitely more versatile than Sparkling Bergamot. Sparkling Bergamot to me is just, again, very easy to wear, but it's more clean than fresh. So I think it's more of a work fragrance, where this just transcends, as I say, all situations, be it fresh or clean, be it at a barbecue or be it in a suit at work. And I just like the fact that it's just got a little bit more going on. So I think, yeah, I think I do prefer this to both those fragrances. I think I'll be wearing this a lot this summer, and I'm probably gonna have to get a full bottle. So there you go, that's my take on Alexandria's Visionary, which is their take on Imagination from Louis Vuitton. I'd highly recommend it to everyone, to be honest. It's very unisex. I'd say it's probably more unisex than Black Panther and as unisex as Sparkling Bergamot. I don't even know if this is available yet on the Alexandria UK website, at least, because it's so new. It probably is by the time this video goes out, I don't know. But yeah, so if you can't find it, just be patient, it will be soon. But yeah, just message in the Facebook group and they'll kind of let you know, or I'm sure you can ping them an email. I did receive this for free, so please don't hate me for that. But I no longer have an affiliate code, and I don't have any discount codes or anything like that. So, you know, not that I've ever shilled. I've always been honest with these Alexandria reviews. I hope you know that by now. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. And with these smaller sample sizes, it makes it even easier to try it without investing too much money. But I'd be really surprised if you didn't like this. That's it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe and all that shiz. And I will see you for a video soon. Take care. Much love.